Hello everyone, I welcome you to my YouTube channel Professor Civil Mandal. Here I speak about civil engineering and you will find my various video lectures regarding various topics of civil engineering over here. So this is the sixth part of the videos related to the engineering hydrology, and this is the second part to the runoff and its measurement chapter. In the first part we discussed about the theory related to the runoff and its measurement and the various methods for the measurement of runoff. Now in this part, this is the second part of the video, second part of the chapter related to runoff and its measurement. We are going to study or discuss about various numericals. So in the first question, compute the stream flow for the measurement data given below, and you are saying that the distances are given. These distances are actually respect to from one bank, and respectively at 6.6 meters we are at the other bank. So in simultaneously this distance is taken, and that particular distances, the depths are also mentioned. The depths are measured at these particular distances. The velocity in meter per second at 0.2 d and 0.8 d is also given, and the average velocity measurement, that is 0.2 d plus 0.8 d upon 2, is also given. So now we have to find the stream flow for the given data. So these are actually the velocities at different depths, that is 0.2 d and 0.8 d, at different changes are given to us. So I have represented the grid network somehow like this, that suppose this is our cross section of the stream, and this is one end of the bank and this is the another end of the bank, and we are starting from here with 0, and this is 0.6, this is 1.2, this is 1.8, 2.4, 3, 3.6, 4.2, 4.8, 5.4, 6 and 6.6 as it is given in the table in the question. So each strip has a width of 0.6 meter. So I have named each strip as B1, B2, B3, B4 and simultaneously up to B11. So B1 equal to B2 equal to B3 and everyone equal to B11 is equal to 0.6 meter. So all of the strips have a width of 0.6 meter, and at every chain edge, suppose this 0.6 is one chain edge, 1.2 is another chain edge, 1.8, 2.4, 3. So at every chain edge the corresponding depth is also written like this, that for 0.6 it is 0.3. So I have represented it like y1 is equal to 0.3. Similarly at 1.2 it is 1.29 as it is in the question, and simultaneously I have written the depths for all the different chain edges. So now let us try to find the value of W1 bar. W1 bar, and W1 bar will be given by B1 plus B2 by 2, B1 plus B2 by 2 whole square upon 2B1. So this is the value of W1 bar. This is how we get the value of W1 bar, and it is equal to 0.6, as you know it is 0.6 plus 0.6 by 2, both B1 and B2 are 0.6, whole square divided by 2 times 0.6. So the answer is coming out to be 0.675 meter. The answer is 0.675 meter for W1. For W2 bar will be B2 upon 2 plus B3 upon 2, and it is given by 0.6 upon 2 plus 0.6 upon 2, and it is equal to 0.6 meter. And likewise W3 bar, W4 bar, W5, W6, W7, W8, W9 all will have same answer, right? This way, suppose W1 bar is over here, W2 bar is over here, that is the average average depth, suppose average width, sorry. So average width, and this is W1 bar is over here and W2 bar is over here. W2 bar, W3 bar, W4 bar, W5, W6, W7, W8, W9 and W10 will have, sorry, up to W9, this is coming up to W9 only, 8 and 9, W1, W2, W3, W4, W5, W6, W7, W8, W9, W10, suppose I have it up to W10. And okay, so W1 bar will be existing from somewhat like this, W2 bar will be like this, W3 bar, W4, W5, W6, W7, W8, W9 and W10. So W1 and W10 will have similar values and W2 to W9 will have similar values, because for W1 and W10 we will have this particular formula, and as you know, this B1, B2, B3, all the B's have same value, so it will be 0.675 meter for W10 and W1 bar. But for the other ones like W3 bar, W4 bar, W5 bar, W6 bar, W7 bar, W8 bar, W9 bar and W2 bar, the value will be equal to B2 by 2 plus B3 by 2, or it will be B3 by 2 plus B4 by 2 in case of W3, or it will be B4 by 2 plus B5 by 2 for W4, and similarly you can get the values of all of them and it will all be equal to 0.6 meter, as the values of B are 0.6 meter for all the cases. So now let us try to find out the discharge by multiplying the respective W's with their Y1s. So as we have got that W1 bar is equal to 0.675 meter, W2 bar is equal to 0.6 meter, W3 bar is equal to 0.6 meter, W4 bar is equal to 0.6 meter, W5 bar is equal to 0.6 meter, W6 bar is equal to 0.6 meter, W7 bar is equal to 0.6 meter, W8 bar is equal to 0.6 meter, W9 bar is equal to 0.6 meter and W10 bar is equal to 0.675 meter again. So these are the values of the W's thus obtained. Now, so the discharge will be given, suppose for the first one, the discharge will be given by Q1, which is equal to W1 bar multiplied by Y1 is equal to, so multiplied by also the velocity, so it is equal to, so suppose Y1 bar as we obtained, it is 0.675 multiplied by, sorry, this is W1 bar multiplied by Y1 is equal to, we had written 0.3 meter, also you can check in the question, it is 0.3 meters. So we will write 0.65 multiplied by 0.3, and also in the question the value of the velocity is given, average velocity we will take it, is given as 0.315. So we will write 0.315 multiplied by 0.315. So just note one thing, we are not taking the velocities at 0.8 and 0.2 Ds. So on the multiplication of this one, we will get it equal to 0.06378 meter cube per second. So this is Q1. Similarly Q2, it will be W2 bar multiplied by Y2 multiplied by the velocity, and it is equal to 0.6 multiplied by 1.29 was our y2. Y2 was 1.29. You can see it. Also it is given in the question. So 0.6 multiplied by 1.29 multiplied by 0.465, as 0.465 is given as the depth average velocity for this particular depth. So it is equal to 0.3599 meter cubes per second. So similarly we will now calculate the discharge of all other strips. So I have calculated the values of the discharge in the every particular strip, and it is coming somehow like this. Q1 you got it as 0.06378 meter cube per second, Q2 is 0.3599 meter cube per second, Q3 is 0.8553 meter cube per second, Q4 is 1.124 meter cube per second, Q5 is 0.739 meter cube per second, Q6 is 0.65 meter cube per second, Q7 is 0.482 meter cube per second, Q8 is 0.321 meter cube per second, Q9 is 0.164 meter cube per second, and Q10 is 0.1063 meter cube per second. So just check the values whether these are matching with your answers or not. And now what we will do, we will find the net Q, that is the Q net, that is the summation of Qy, and that is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus up to Q10. So this is basically the summation of all the discharges, and if we add the summation, all these discharges, we will get the answer equal to 4.865 meter cubes per second. So this is our net discharge. Let's go through the next question, and this is related to the current meter. So the following velocities were recorded in a stream with a current meter. So the depth above the bed is given and the velocity in meter per second is given. So at the 0 meter above the bed, that is at the bed only, the velocity is given 0 meter per second, and at just 1 meter above the bed the velocity is given 0.5 meter per second. Also the velocity at 2 meter above the bed is given, 3 meter above the bed is also given, and 4 meter above the bed is also given. So let us consider that 4 is the some more part of the question is also there, that find the discharge per unit width of the stream near the point of measurement. Depth of flow at the point was 5 meter. So 5 meter was considered the depth of the flow. So total depth is, you can say that it was around 5 meter. So up to from 0 to 4 the values are given, and we are asked to find the unit width of the stream near the point of measurement. So let's do one thing. As in the question, as per the question, let us say that the total depth, that is y, total depth that is y is equal to 5 meter. Okay, so 0.2d will be equal to 0.2 multiplied by, or I can say 0.2y will be 0.2 multiplied by 5 is 1 meter. That is at a depth of 1 meter. So the v 0.2y is equal to the velocity at a depth of 1 meter. So if this is my cross section of the stream and I am interested to find the velocity at a depth of 1 meter suppose, and the total depth is 5 meter, so it is actually 4 meter above the bed, right? 5 minus 4 is equal to 5 minus 1 is equal to 4, so it is 4 meter above the bed. So as per the question you can see that, so 4 meter above the bed, depth above the 4 meter depth above the bed, the velocity is 0.8 meter per second. So v 0.2y is equal to 0.8 meter per second. Next, for point 8y, that is at a depth of 0.8 multiplied by 5, that is 4 meter. So at a depth of 4 meter, that is 1 meter above the bed level. Okay, so 1 meter above the bed level, as in the question it is given 0.5 meter per second. So V 0.8y is equal to 0.5 meter per second. So as in the last question, you saw that the average velocity was somehow measured by this way, that is average velocity is equal to 0.2y plus v 0.2y plus v 0.8y divided by 2, and it is equal to 0.8 plus 0.5 by 2, and it is equal to 0.65 meters per second. So this is our average velocity. So now we have the average velocity. The discharge per unit width of the stream is asked to us. In the question you can see they have asked the discharge per unit width. So width is equal to 1 meter. I am considering the width is equal to 1 meter because they are asking for unit width, and the depth, maximum depth is 5 meter. So therefore the area is equal to 5 cross 1, that is 5 meter square. So therefore the discharge is equal to area multiplied by the velocity, average velocity. Suppose this is V average is equal to area is 5 and average velocity is 0.65 meter per second. So therefore we get it around 3.25 meter cube per second. So this is the discharge per unit width. So Q by B, I can say that I can also sometimes it is also known as small q, that is discharge per unit width. So it is given by 3.25. You can actually write it meter square per second. Yeah, unit is meter square per second. So the next question is on the dilution technique, not the dilution method. So it is saying that common salt solution of concentration 200 gram per liter was added to a stream at a constant rate of 0.2 centimeter cube per second. The concentration of the salt in that stream, the concentration of the salt in the stream already present was 0.01 ppm. So this much was previously present in the salt, that is 0.01 ppm concentration of salt was already present in that particular stream. At sufficiently downstream, the concentration of the salt in the stream water was measured as 0.05 ppm. Estimate the stream discharge. So as per the question, it is given that suppose this is our particular stream that is flowing, and we have to estimate the value of Q, the actual discharge value of the stream. What is happening? One sample is taken over here in this point. Before this one was mixed, that is being added by us, and this one is said to have a concentration of 0.01 ppm. So you can say that C is equal to 0.01 ppm. We know the value of Q dash, that is equal to, the value of Q dash is equal to given as 0.2 centimeter cube per second. 0.2 centimeter cube per second. This is the discharge rate with which we are adding the salt. Of concentration, we know the concentration of this salt is, here the salt that is being added is 200 gram per liter. So this is our C dash. C dash is 200 gram per liter. Here the discharge will be Q plus Q dash, as both this discharge is getting added, and the concentration over here is C double prime is, that is equal to, C double prime is equal to 0.05 ppm as it is given in the question. The concentration of the salt in the stream water in the downstream, it is 0.05 ppm. So now we can get the value by somehow like this, that CQ plus C dash Q dash is equal to C double prime multiplied by Q plus Q prime. So we are interested to find the value of this Q. So if you simplify the equation, it will be CQ plus C prime Q prime, which is equal to C double prime Q plus C double prime Q prime. And now let's consider the Q terms in one side, that is C plus C prime, C minus C prime. Let's do it like this. C prime, by taking this one to this side, this one to this side, it will be C prime minus C multiplied by Q is equal to C prime minus C double prime Q dash Q prime, that is Q is equal to C prime minus C double prime multiplied by Q prime divided by C double prime minus C. So this is how we will get the value of our discharge Q. So let's just substitute the values. Substituting the values, that is Q will be equal to C prime, we can write. Now the question is, the C prime is given in gram per liter, whereas the others are given in the value of C prime is given in gram per liter, whereas C and C double prime are given in 0.05 ppm. So what we are going to do, that we are going to convert the ppm. Let's just convert all of them in gram per gram. Okay, so C prime is equal to 200 gram per liter, and it can be written as 1 liter is equal to 1000 gram. As you know, 1 liter is equal to 1000 gram. So it is 200 by 1000. So it is, you can write it as 0.2 gram per gram. Similarly, C is known as 0.01 ppm. It can be written as 0.01 to the power 10 to the power multiplied by 10 to the power minus 6 gram per gram, as it is parts per million. So I'll multiply, 1 million is 10 to the power 6, so I'll multiply with 10 to the power minus 6, or you can say it is the division with 10 to the power 6, so it is multiplied with 10 to the power minus 6. Similarly, C double prime will be equal to 0.05 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 6 gram per gram. So this is C prime, C and C double prime. We have got the values in gram per gram, that is in 1 unit. Also, the value of Q prime is given as 0.2 centimeter cube per second. So let's convert it to meter cube per second, and it will be, by converting it to meter cube per second, it will be 0.2 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 6 meter cube per second. So we have all the values set in our desired units. So I'll just write them. C prime is 0.2 gram per gram. So I'll not write the units over here for the second time. C double prime is 0.005 10 to the power minus 6, 0.05 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 6 divided by C double prime is 0.05 10 to the power minus 6 minus C is 0.01 10 to the power minus 6, and all it is multiplied by q prime, which is 0.2 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 6. 0.2 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 6. So the answer finally on solving this one comes out to be around 1 meter cube per second. So the discharge, this one is actually 1 meter cube per second. So answer is 1 meter cube per second on solving this one. So that's all for this video. So I hope these 3 numericals will be sufficient. One more numerical is also attached, 1 or 2 more numericals are also attached to the theory. You can see the theory. In the theory, the notes will be available in the description. You can check the link given in the description. That will be giving you the notes for the theory, and 2 questions are also given, and those are written in step by step, and it will be easy to understand, I guess. Even if you are having any kind of doubt, you can write it in the comment section. And also please like and share my video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you.